Mark and Lena met in college. Their connection was immediate, one of those rare sparks that people talk about but often don't experience. Mark was older than Lena by a few years, and he was the kind of person who gave off a calm, grounded energy that made Lena feel safe and secure. He was intelligent, reliable, and always supportive, while Lena was full of ambition, optimism, and energy. She believed that together they could conquer anything, that their relationship was destined for greatness. After dating for a few years and facing both joyful and difficult moments, Mark proposed to Lena. It wasn't extravagant, but it was heartfelt, and she said yes without hesitation. Their wedding was modest but filled with love, surrounded by family and close friends in a beautiful outdoor setting. Everyone around them agreed that they were perfect for each other, the ideal couple. But as happy as their life seemed on the outside, they had no idea that an invisible problem would slowly start to tear at the seams of their marriage. Early in their marriage, they decided to start a family. Lena had always dreamt of having children, of being a mother who could raise her kids with warmth, love, and care. She envisioned a large family, with laughter and chaos filling the house, their home full of life. Mark shared her dreams. He too wanted children, a big family that they could nurture together. They were both so excited, certain that it was only a matter of time before they became parents. But after a few months of trying, Lena started noticing something wasn't quite right. Nothing was happening. She felt a growing sense of unease, but tried to stay optimistic. Mark reassured her, telling her that it was just a matter of time. He kept telling her that everything would work out, that they just needed to give it more time. Eventually, Lena insisted on seeing a doctor. Mark, though terrified, agreed to the tests. Deep down, he knew what the result would be, and he was afraid of how it would affect their relationship. He had a secret that he had never shared with anyone, not even Lena. Mark had been diagnosed with infertility long before they met. He had undergone tests years ago and had been told that it would be difficult, if not impossible, for him to father a child. But when he met Lena, he never shared this news with her. He was afraid it would scare her away, so he kept it hidden, even though it weighed heavily on him. The results confirmed his fears. Mark was infertile. It wasn't just a minor problem, it was a major obstacle. He felt devastated. His whole identity, his masculinity, felt compromised. He thought about telling Lena the truth, but he couldn't bring himself to do it. He was afraid that she would leave him, that their dreams of starting a family together would be shattered. He loved her too much to lose her. So he made the decision to lie. He convinced himself that they could still find a way to have children. There were treatments, alternatives. He believed that, with enough time, a miracle might happen. But the truth was, there was no miracle. And as the months went by, Mark kept up the pretense. Lena, hopeful and unaware, continued to believe that everything was fine. She didn't suspect that anything was wrong, and Mark did everything he could to reassure her. He took her to specialists, kept trying different methods, and always maintained a positive outlook, telling her that everything would work out in time. They even made plans, talking about how they would raise their children, decorate a nursery, and travel together as a family. But as the years passed, it became clear that something wasn't working. It wasn't just the lack of a child that started to strain their relationship. There was an underlying tension between them. Mark had grown distant. He wasn't as emotionally available as he used to be, and Lena felt the gap widening between them. They still loved each other, but the connection they had once shared was slipping away. Mark, for his part, felt increasingly guilty and trapped by his secret. He wanted to be the supportive husband she needed, but how could he when he was hiding such an important part of himself from her? Lena, meanwhile, began to feel the growing distance between them, but she kept hoping that things would get better. She didn't want to believe that their relationship was slipping away, and she still dreamed of the family they had always talked about. 12 years passed, and things remained the same. Lena's hope of becoming a mother had begun to fade, but she kept herself going with the belief that, eventually, it would happen. Mark continued to support her, pretending that it was just a matter of time. But deep down, he knew the truth. They would never have biological children together. Then, one day, it happened. Lena found out she was pregnant. At first, she didn't believe it. She had taken a test on a whim, thinking there was no chance it would be positive.